Have you ever felt dizzy when bending down to tie your shoelaces? Or while walking, suddenly found your vision blurry, unable to distinguish the curb's edge? It might sound like just a matter of age, but in reality, that could be the first sign of a mild stroke approaching. There is a sign in the eyes that if ignored, you could lose your ability to walk forever. After age 60, any small change in vision could be an early signal of heart, blood pressure, or neurological conditions. And if you are someone who still enjoys walking, exercising, then vision is the compass to keep you safe. Just one time not seeing the curb clearly, one misstep on the stairs, or fainting during a workout due to blurred vision could make you lose the freedom of movement you've cherished for so long. So in this video, we're going to look at 5 vision changes that people over 60 absolutely must not ignore, especially if you're still exercising, walking, or living on your own. And if you've ever thought a little blurriness is probably fine, then this video could help you prevent an unexpected fall or detect something more serious developing quietly much sooner. If this topic resonates with you, perhaps share it with an older friend who still enjoys their morning walks in the park. You might just help them keep their footing steady and hold on to an independent life for longer. Let's dive right in. Sign number 1, blurry vision during exercise might be due to low blood pressure. You're exercising and suddenly everything blurs for a few seconds. Don't think it's tired eyes. That could be your body momentarily starved of oxygen to the brain, and a serious fall just seconds away. Many older adults often brush off that fleeting blurred vision during exercise, thinking it is just eye strain, the lighting, or simply their age. But in reality, sudden blurred vision while active could be a sign of something more serious: temporary low blood pressure. And if this happens often, it not only impacts your vision, it also threatens your personal safety. Post-60, the body's blood pressure regulation isn't as responsive as it used to be. When you change posture too quickly, say from sitting to standing, or abruptly ramping up exercise intensity, blood might not reach the brain and eyes evenly in time, causing blurred vision, dizziness, or blacking out on one side. This is a clear sign of postural hypotension, a condition that's very common yet frequently overlooked in older adults. In people over 65, postural hypotension is the top reason for falls that happen without a clear cause. Experts at the American Academy of Ophthalmology advise that blurred vision during exercise isn't merely an eye issue. It could be linked to cardiovascular health, blood circulation, or even mild dehydration. If you ignore these signs and continue exercising as usual, you are putting yourself at risk for falls, loss of balance, and even a mild stroke. Take Mr. David Reynolds, 72, from Albuquerque, New Mexico, for example. He usually walked briskly each morning in his local park. One morning, just as he began his warm-up, his vision went slightly blurry, the surroundings appearing hazy like mist. Figuring it was the early mist or lack of sleep, he kept walking as usual. But minutes later, he felt slightly dizzy and nearly fell. His wife was terrified to see him stumble, fearing he was about to have a stroke. After a doctor's visit and examination, he was diagnosed with postural hypotension, along with age-related decline in eye accommodation. The doctor told him, if you'd kept pushing, one day a fall could have done more than just cause scratches. From then on, David made adjustments, warming up more gently, drinking water before exercise, and resting when he felt unsteady. He also checked his blood pressure each morning and gave his eyes regular rest. The result? His vision stabilized, exercise became more comfortable, and crucially, he felt safer moving around. Don't dismiss blurred vision during exercise. Stop, sit down, breathe steadily, and sip some water. And if it happens again, see a doctor, because your heart and eyes are very likely trying to tell you something. Because healthy eyes are fundamental for you to exercise long-term and live a full life, without that worry each time you step out the door. That single instance of blurred vision could be your body's warning. Don't push too hard, I'm genuinely weakening. Sign 2, dizziness. When bending over is a red flag. Bend down to grab something, then your eyes flash, your head swims. That's not just normal fatigue. It's more likely a sign blood isn't reaching your brain quickly enough. A fall then could mean you might never fully recover. Ever bent over to tie shoelaces, pick up dropped items, or simply bent your back during exercise? Then suddenly everything spins. Your head feels light. Your eyes flash as if a bright light flickered past. If that's happened to you, please don't just brush it off as normal. Dizziness when bending over, especially after age 60, is a warning that your body's blood circulation is imbalanced, and your cardiovascular or visual systems could be under pressure. In older adults, the regulation of blood flow to the brain when changing posture slows. When you bend, blood rushes to your lower body. When you stand up straight suddenly, if your heart isn't strong enough to promptly push blood back to the brain and eyes, you'll feel dizzy, lightheaded, and even lose your balance. This common biological mechanism in people over 60 is very easily overlooked, especially during exercise, when you might chalk fatigue up as normal. A report from Mayo Clinic indicates that the condition orthostatic hypotension occurs in nearly 30% of elderly individuals, and it often manifests most clearly through dizziness when changing posture rapidly, especially when bending, then standing up. Mr. Charles, 69, from San Jose, California, experienced this once in a yoga class for older adults. During a forward bend exercise, his eyes flashed, his head swam, and he had to sit down immediately. Those around him thought he'd overexerted, but in truth, he was experiencing a mild bout of low blood pressure. After an exam, his doctor explained that his heart needed more time to adapt to such sudden movements. If he hadn't paid attention and continued exercising as before, an unexpected fall could have caused serious injury. Afterwards, Mr. Charles adjusted by performing movements more slowly, taking short breaks between poses, and drinking enough water before class. He was also guided through some exercises to help improve blood circulation and heart contractility. The result? No more dizziness and much greater peace of mind. If you've ever felt dizzy when bending down, don't just ignore it. Consider it a message from your body that you need to adjust your exercise pace and pay closer attention to your circulatory system. Don't stand up too quickly after you've bent over. Take a deep breath, count slowly, and then change posture. And if the dizziness keeps happening, check your blood pressure and heart rate regularly. Because a good workout isn't just about sweating, it's about feeling safe, steady, and alert every step of the way. Each dizzy spell isn't just some fleeting matter. It could be the moment your body is trying to tell you, I need you to slow down so I don't fall down. Sign 3, losing balance while walking could be eye-related. A single fall from a misstep could leave you bedridden forever. And it all starts because your eyes aren't sending the right signals to your brain. As they reach 60, many people start noticing they don't walk as steadily as they used to. They assume it's due to weak legs, stiff joints, or simply old age, You exercise regularly, eat carefully, but still nearly fall when you turn your head. The problem might lie where you least expect it, your peripheral vision. Vision doesn't just help you see, it helps you keep your balance. Your eyes constantly send signals to your brain to assess distance, height variations, and your body's position relative to the ground. When vision weakens, from cataracts, macular degeneration, or simply reduced focusing ability, the brain no longer gets accurate information to keep the body stable. Consequently, you might easily misstep, sway, or stagger while walking, especially during outdoor exercise or brisk walks. A Johns Hopkins study discovered over 40% of falls in older adults are directly linked to visual impairment, not due to slipping or weak joints, but because their eyes are no longer accurate enough to guide the way. Mr. Ronald Bishop, 75, from Omaha, Nebraska, experienced this while in an early morning walking club with friends. For several weeks, he felt like he was leaning when crossing slightly sloped sidewalks. He initially blamed ill-fitting shoes, but after a stumble nearly led to a fall, he had his eyes checked. The results showed his peripheral vision was severely reduced by retinal degeneration, and his brain had lost its ability to perceive small changes in the surface beneath his feet. From then, Ronald adjusted his routine, walking slower, choosing flat paths, wearing specialized glasses for outdoor activity, and scheduling regular eye exams every 6 months. He stopped worrying about losing his balance because he fully understood the cause and knew how to manage it. You can do likewise. If you find yourself often leaning slightly while walking or constantly looking down to avoid tripping, don't just think about your legs. Get your eyes examined. Sometimes merely updating your glasses to the correct prescription or treating a minor retinal issue can help you regain your natural stability. You can begin by practicing walking with an upright posture, not looking down. Walk in ample light. And if you feel off balance while walking, don't hastily blame your shoes or feet. Start with an appointment with an eye doctor, because your eyes don't just help you see. They're the compass keeping you steady through life's many turns. Sign 4. Not seeing your steps clearly makes falls more likely. So many older adults don't die from illness, but from tripping over a step they didn't see. One of the most common accidents older adults experience is falling. But few realize that many falls aren't due to weak legs or slipping, but stem from a quieter cause: declining vision that prevents you from clearly seeing your own steps. Upon reaching 60, the ability to see both near and far and to perceive spatial depth starts to decline. You might not notice it immediately, as everything still seems visible. But the truth is your eyes react more slowly to contrast, like a crack in the pavement, the edge of a rug in your living room, or a small step between rooms. When your eyes are no longer quick enough to send signals to your brain, you step down unaware you've just missed a step, and down you go. According to the US CDC, over 3 million older adults are hospitalized annually due to falls, and nearly a third of those incidents are linked to vision loss, particularly not seeing the path clearly while moving. Mrs. Evelyn, 74, from Louisville, Kentucky, was one such case. While taking an afternoon stroll in her nearby park, she tripped over a small tree root protruding from the ground. She blamed it on not paying attention, but a later eye exam revealed her depth perception had declined, making her unable to accurately distinguish variations in ground level. "I saw the path, but I didn't clearly see that difference," she stated. After the fall, Mrs. Evelyn spent 6 weeks in the hospital, lost her independence, had to install handrails throughout her house, and no longer dared to walk far by herself. From that point in, Evelyn started wearing her correct prescription glasses, practiced walking with slower steps, and prioritized walking in well-lit areas. She also applied reflective tape to stair edges at home and replaced slippery rugs with non-slip ones. Just small changes, but they helped her walk confidently each day. You can start today. If you constantly have to look down at your feet when walking, or find yourself frequently misstepping, get your vision checked right away. And don't hesitate to adapt your living environment, not because you're weaker, but because you're smarter about protecting yourself. Increase indoor lighting, remove rugs that slide easily, get regular eye checkups, and always walk with a steady gait, looking ahead instead of down at your feet. Because a safe step doesn't start with your feet. It starts with a clear, confident, and alert gaze. Sign 5, sun glare warns of potential hidden eye conditions. A sunbeam that dazzles you today could be why you fall and break a hip tomorrow. And for someone over 60, that fall can sometimes be the very end. From age 60 on, many older adults find they can't handle light like they used to. Just stepping into sunlight briefly causes glare, forcing them to squint, turn away, or shield their eyes. Many simply think old age means weaker eyes. But in truth, this isn't a normal phenomenon. It could be an early sign of underlying eye conditions, directly impacting mobility and safety during outdoor exercise. Older adults' eyes become more light sensitive due to changes in the lens, cornea, or retina. Conditions like cataracts, macular degeneration, or glaucoma make eyes react more intensely to light, causing glare, dazzling, and blurred vision in sunlight or bright artificial light. The danger is, if you're exercising, walking, or jogging outdoors and are suddenly hit by glare, you might lose direction, misstep, or fail to see an obstacle ahead, easily leading to injury. A report from the American Academy of Ophthalmology states, light sensitivity is one of the earliest symptoms of retinal conditions and cataracts, and is often dismissed as just an age thing. Mr. Gerald Hayes, 70, from Mesa, Arizona, offers a classic example. An active person, he usually walked early each morning. But recently, whenever the sun rose higher, his eyes would be dazzled, forcing him to stop repeatedly, unable to focus on his footing. An examination diagnosed him with early-stage cataracts, luckily discovered early for prompt treatment. I didn't realize sunlight could affect me so much, he shared. Since then, Mr. Gerald adjusted his walking to earlier hours, always wears UV-blocking sunglasses and a wide-brimmed hat. More importantly, he gets regular eye exams every 6 months, understanding that protecting his eyes isn't just for clear vision, but to keep walking farther, for longer. You too can start with a very simple step. If sunlight causes glare, don't just put up with it. Wear appropriate glasses, choose exercise time suited to the light, and crucially, don't hesitate to see an eye doctor. Eyes that aren't clear mean a day that could be lost forever. Don't let light be the last thing you see blurring before your body can no longer take another step. Some say, as we age, we must get used to things gradually blurring. But no one says that stumbling, losing balance, then being unable to walk again due to blurred vision is normal. The truth is, vision and movement always go hand in hand. A pair of healthy eyes can keep you standing firm, keep you independent, and keep you out of a sickbed longer than you imagine. Every time you experience eye glare, misstep, or no longer feel as confident walking as before, consider it a signal to get checked, to protect your eyes, and to preserve your own freedom. And the good news is, we still have time. Time to check, time to adjust, time to protect those eyes to continue taking steady steps. If today, this video made you reconsider even one small thing, feel free to share your thoughts below. Or perhaps send it to a friend you've noticed walking less steadily than before, but who still hides their worry behind a smile. Because once you see clearly, you won't just see the path, but also discern where you should pause to check and where you can still step forward, more safely, more freely. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. May you always walk lightly and see life clearly, fully each and every single day.